Hi, this is Chris Mezera. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist and author of Food Love, and I can't believe that I did this. So, to understand the context of this story completely, you have to get that peanut M&Ms are probably my favorite chocolate thing in the entire world. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you will know that my son is in the process of trying to put on a ton of weight this year. He's a football player, and everything that I do with Food Love and non-restrictive dieting and all these videos and everything that I always talk about is about losing weight. So we're constantly going in two different directions. So this guy that my son works out with suggested that he put peanut M&Ms in his protein shake to add more calories and more protein and to make it more yummy and easier for him to get it down. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Let me order a bunch on Amazon, not remembering that they're my most favorite chocolate in the whole world. We get this pack of 48 of them and they get to the house and I'm like, okay, Mr. Overconfident, because I get him pizza and different stuff all the time, and because I eat routinely and I have my morning smoothie and I always feel good, I can get him a pizza. But here's the big difference. This wasn't leaving the house fast. When I get a pizza for my son, it's not that big of a deal. I'm usually not hungry and I'm not into it anyway. And if I want to get a pizza, I can have a pizza. But I get the pizza, he eats it, and it's gone. These were here to stay. And so out of 48 packs of peanut M&Ms, I probably had, don't tell him, 25 to 30 of them over 7 days, something like that. So can you imagine all these extra calories? Each pack is 250 calories plus all the fat and whatever. Super yummy. It was super good. But it put me on this other trajectory for almost 2 weeks where I was just craving anything but the food that I was normally having. So I'm here to tell you it happens to the best of us. If you're tired of diets that force you to give up your favorite foods in order to lose weight, only to put all that weight back on once you quit that diet, then I invite you to try my completely free online program that will help you lose your first 10 to 15 pounds without giving up the foods that you love. So head on over to foodloveonline.com and get started with us today. No credit card is needed. This is a completely free online program. Even if you're incredibly busy or incredibly lazy and nothing else has worked for you in the past, this can work for you. In 3 short videos, I will take you by the hand and get you on the road to losing weight, and most importantly, happily keeping it off forever. So head over to foodloveonline.com and I'll see you over there. This kind of stuff will happen in your life. You will make mistakes and it's okay. And here's the 4 important steps that you have to take if you make a huge blunder like this. It was a yummy blunder, a blunder nonetheless. And here is step number 1. Step number 1 is simply to identify the problem. Okay, here's the problem. I brought all of these peanut M&Ms into my house and I thought it wasn't going to be that big of a deal because I've been overconfident with everything I've been getting from my son. And then I realized, oh my God, this is a problem because these peanut M&Ms are here to stay. It's going to take him a couple weeks for him to put all of these in his protein shakes, and that's a problem. So I'd come home from work and I'd have some, and sometimes right before bed I'd have some, and I'm like, oh my God, I saw that there was a problem and I saw what I did wrong. I saw that I related the overconfidence that I have, or confidence, it's probably just regular confidence, with getting him pizza, food that I really, really like and I don't want to eat all the time because I don't feel so great after I have it. I realized that the big difference was I bring it into the house, he eats it, and it's gone. It's not that big of a deal. Now, if I had a bunch of pizza that was just laying around all the time, that would be a completely different story. If there was pizza that I could quickly just throw into the toaster oven or whatever and heat it up, man, that'd be a problem. Whether it's Pizza Hut or Papa John's or Domino's, Little Caesars, any of those, throw it into a toaster oven and eat it fast, that would be an issue. But that's not the case. So I identified the problem, and then I had to move to step number 2, which is, what the heck do you do about the problem? So I realized that I had to address the problem. And so I started thinking, okay, well, what if I just took all these peanut M&Ms and brought them over to my parents' house and said, here, use these for trick-or-treat candy. And I'm like, well, I can't really do that to my kid because I got these for him, and how embarrassing. I'm certified holistic nutritionist, author of Food Love and the Tariff Diet and all this business. And I'm like, we have to get food out of the house. So I'm like, oh God, I feel really embarrassed to do that. And so I was brainstorming all of these things that I could do while I was just eating them. I was having maybe 4 packs a day, something like that, maybe more sometimes. And so I was eating away the problem. As I was brainstorming different things to do, before I knew it, they were all gone. And it took about 7 to 10 days. And we haven't spoken about it yet, but addressing the problem and coming up with a solution is a good idea. I didn't come through with that, but I don't know what I would have done that wouldn't have been super embarrassing. And so I probably had, I don't know, a couple thousand calories that I really didn't need. I wasn't hungry. It's not like having 2 packs of M&Ms was a meal replacement for me. It was just super yummy. I know I say in Food Love, there's all these R&D missions where there's no such thing as a mess up. And this was like a, geez, man, like what the heck did I do? With all amazing things, there's always a VIP pass, like flying first class or getting those cut the line passes at an amusement park or gaining backstage access at a rock concert. So I wanted to offer you Food Love's VIP experience. We have 2 options that allow you to get your answers directly from me, so I can hold your hand every step of the way and virtually guarantee your weight loss success. One option offers weekly support through a Q&A call, while the other option offers you direct access to me for a full 6 months through my WhatsApp number. Both options can help you shortcut your weight loss transformation tremendously. You can choose the one that makes the most sense for you by heading over to foodlovevip.com. Once again, that's foodlovevip.com. Back to the show. So I tried to address the problem, which is step number 2. I didn't really do anything other than eat them all, but I have a funny story to share about it. And most importantly, it's not going to happen again. Now we're moving on to step number 3. So step number 3 is, what did I learn? And what I'm teaching you a little bit now is more of the deeper things that we go into in the Transformation Accelerator course. If you go to foodlovevip.com, you'll see information about that. It's a really cool course, and we go really deeply into the emotional and psychological connections that we have with food and things like this. This would be an example of one of the things we'd go into. But I'd have to pay attention to what I really learned. And until we actually process what happened and then kind of put it into our brains, our minds, to make sure that it's in our computer database now that, oh, okay, I can't bring anything into the house that's going to stay for a couple of days, something that I really like. And in the past, I would have issues with cinnamon rolls. I love Cinnabon and cinnamon rolls. And so I started getting them for my kid. They have really good cinnamon rolls at Aldi's. And so I would get, and they were there for like a day or 2 or 3. And then one night I just got a surge, and I think I heated up like 2 or 3 of them. And I was like, oh God, I can get things like this, but I can't have it linger, because I really didn't need those things specifically. I just needed some sort of escape. I don't know what was going on, probably something emotional or whatever. And I just needed to have something. And when there isn't anything for you to go into, you're not depriving yourself, because I could grab a banana. Like right now, I don't have anything really sweet in my house, and I just needed something sweet. And so I grabbed a banana, and it did the trick. But if you have bananas or peanut M&Ms or really yummy cinnamon rolls, which one do you think you're going to go for? Of course, those super nutrient deficient and calorie dense foods that we really don't need. So what I learned is that I can't bring anything into the house that's not going to leave the same day, and preferably within an hour or 2. So I know, like, I'm not going to bring 48 packs of M&Ms into the house, where if he's like, oh, I'd like some M&Ms for my smoothie or something, I'll go to the store, get him a pack or 2, and they'll be gone by the end of the day. That's not that big of a deal. But if there's super yummy things that are laying around all the time, our homes can turn into 7-Elevens or convenience stores. In the Northeast, we have these great stores called Wawa or Quick Check or anything like that, where there's all of these sweets all over the house. And Food Love is about having whatever food you want at any time, but it's also not setting yourself up for disaster. If I really want something, I'll go out and I'll get it. There's stores that are open 24/7, but to make it so accessible and so easy to get, I mean, that's kind of silly, especially when we're realizing that our senses just need something sweet. They don't really know the difference between a banana and a cinnamon roll and peanut M&Ms. They just want something sweet. And that really works. That's how you can lose weight and never feel deprived, by just setting yourself up properly. But you can only really get there when you learn from these things. So I can have peanut M&Ms whenever I want, or cinnamon rolls or anything else, but I'm not gonna bring it into my home if it's gonna last more than one day. So the final step, number 4, is how can I prevent this from happening again? So how I prevent it is I'll just ask the question anytime I'm going to get something, and 9 times out of 10, it's for my son, is this going to last more than one day? So with all of this, even as you become a weight loss pro, there's always going to be mistakes. You're going to have M&M mistakes, or you're going to go on a cruise and you're actually going to think you're going to continue eating well on a cruise. Like, fat chance. No pun intended with those words either. Like, it's not going to happen. And you have to see what happened. You have to try to make an adjustment if you can. You have to say, what did I learn? And then finally you have to realize, how can I prevent this in the future? And that's the fun and the freedom of non-restrictive dieting, non-restrictive weight loss, and food love, because we're always in control because we're aware of what's going on. We don't beat ourselves up when we make a mistake, and we can actually use these mistakes to learn a little bit about ourselves and set ourselves up even better for the future. Okay, I hope you had some fun in listening to that one, and I'll see you in the next video.